I keep my friends close and my second Instagram account closer. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Raphael and I'm here to review season 4, episode 16 and the finale of the Real Housewives getting exposed of Salt Lake City. We start the finale off with a scene of Heather at the beach. She's getting ready to read her 3-hour dramatic monologue to the rest of the cast about this breaking news that she just received. And I'm thinking it's about Monica, right? But then the previews, it looks like it could be about anybody on the show. So I'm thinking, is it about Meredith, Lisa, NGK, me? Then we see 8 hours ago and we flash back to the current time. And I've said it before, but I love the editing on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because 1 second we're watching something, right? Then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, by the way, this was 2 months ago. This was 2 days ago. This was 4 hours ago. This was 30 seconds ago. This was last week when you went to Walmart to buy some toilet paper. I'm just waiting for the day that it finally says, I know what you did last summer on the screen. And it does get a little nauseating though, because I am keeping up with everything. And then they just throw it in the middle of the episode. And I'm like, wait a minute. You know, forget what happened 8 hours ago. What happened 2 minutes ago? But we flash back to 8 hours ago and we were all so happy that day. And it's hard to imagine how bad things would soon become. But we flash back 8 hours ago and we see Monica, we see her waking up in her room next to somebody. And I'm thinking, oh, Monica, you had a one-night stand in Bermuda? But no, it's just Whitney. Whitney's waking up. She has a hangover from the night before, I'm assuming. She's waking up and Monica's like, so what's going on with you and Heather? What's happening? How do you feel now? Whitney, she's like,
good morning, Monica. I'm craving some Honey Nut Cheerios and some orange juice, but yes, I'm still upset with Heather because I feel like she exploited my life for her book. She knows I've gone through many helling journeys to hell.
And in the last episode, we saw Whitney get completely drunk. She went up to Heather, her cousin, once again trying to pick a fight. She told her, I feel like you're exploiting part of my life for your gain, for your book, without my permission. Heather's like, what are you talking about? We already discussed what was going on in this book. We agreed to what was going on in the book, and now you're taking this back. Whitney got upset. Again, she's drunk. She chased Heather around the whole entire parking lot in the last episode at the bar that they were at. And I didn't get a chance to review that episode specifically because I lost my voice in the last review that I did for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Towards the end of the recording, my voice slowly left my body and I couldn't speak for about maybe 2-3 days. I mean, I could, but it sounded like this. So I couldn't really say much. And then by the time I wanted to do the review, it was the holidays. And I just thought, you know what, let me just scrap the whole review and let me just wait till the finale. And now we're here. But speaking of, how was everybody's holidays? How was everybody? Did anybody get any nice gifts? Did anybody get a smooch on midnight for New Year's Eve? I didn't, so it's okay if you didn't either. It's just crazy to me that we're really in a whole new year, like 2024. It just sounds so surreal, right? But I hope that everybody had a great holiday season, a great New Year's Eve, and I'm wishing everybody the best for 2024. Let's make the best of it. And thank you again so much for all of your support and all of your love and all of your time for watching my videos all through 2023. It's always appreciated. But, you know, back to Von Tease. Monica, she starts telling Whitney, oh, well, you know, Whitney, Lisa, she also said that you were being a bit dramatic. And Monica, I'm on to your tricks because last episode, she was upset when she almost had it her way between Lisa and Meredith and splitting them apart. But when they got back together, she was upset about it. And now she's trying to split Lisa and Whitney apart. I see what you're doing. Keep doing it. But Whitney, she gets up, she goes over to Heather's room and she's like,
Heather, I just feel like you were exploiting me and everything I told you about that photo shoot towards Justin in your book, and you did it without my permission.
So the thing that she's talking about is that apparently Heather took a boudoir photo shoot of Whitney while Whitney was wearing some pirate panties, because obviously that's the thing nowadays. Obviously I'm doing something wrong, but she took these risque photos with Heather's help for Justin for an anniversary gift, right? She didn't appreciate though how in the book she left out that detail and she just made it seem as if she was just taking these pictures just to take pictures of her butthole. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing, Whitney, but, you know, okay. And she's telling Heather, I just don't like that you made it seem as if I just get on all fours for fun. But I mean, you do. We saw it, Whitney, on season 2 when you and Justin got in, you know, rolling around in paint and you were on all fours and he was behind you and then he lost his job. We all remember, right? But she just wants Heather to be a little bit more careful with her wording in her book next time, and that's that. And Heather's like, well, okay, we already discussed everything that was going on in the book in the first place. So what's the issue now? But then eventually she just folds and she just tells Whitney, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm so sorry. Next time I'll know better. That's that. They hug it out and they're like, cousins for now, right? Because as soon as Whitney needs a storyline, she'll dig up some mess between her and Heather just to cause conflict between them again. Everyone gets together to go ride mopeds around town, and Meredith, I'm not sure what job interview she was going to dressed like that. She was on the moped looking stiffer than a mummy with her blazer. She's like, beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, Meredith, take that off. Get something a little bit more comfortable. Like, so they're riding all through town. That was a cute scene. Eventually, they go shopping, right? They divide themselves, and we have Angie K, Monica, and Heather. They're in one store, right? So they proceed to get a couple of things. Heather's like, oh, I really want to get this perfume. Let me check out. Oh, man, I forgot my debit card, my credit card. I don't have it with me. Man, I really wanted this. Monica, do you think that you can pay for this and I'll pay you back? If I was Monica, or if I was anybody in this group in general, I would have been looking at her like, huh? That's unfortunate. Anyway, what's my total? Like, no, I'm not paying for you, especially seeing how everything plays out later on. Supposedly, people were speculating that Heather, she knew what was about to go down later on, and she was just playing dumb, and she was just testing Monica here by trying to get her to, spend money on her or whatever and embarrass her in a way. Because then we see Angie K. Angie K's like, yeah, I don't have my debit card either. Can you pay for my stuff as well? So, I mean, I don't know. It's just too much of a coinky dink. I mean, you mean to tell me that both of you, especially you, Angie K, we know you're rich and you forgot your debit card? All right. But then Monica, Monica was shaking in her boots. She's looking at Heather like, I could pay you for no problem. She couldn't say no on camera. If I was her, I would have told the production team, can you just put the camera for a second? Like, put it down for a second. Heather, no. The first season Bravo check hasn't hit my bank account yet. But she looks over at her phone. She's transferring some money from her savings to her check-ins. She takes out her credit card. She swipes it in. And I'm just thinking, please go in. Please go through. Please go through. Please go through. Decline. And I'm like, no. Like, oh my God, the secondhand embarrassment that I got from this scene. And Heather, she's looking at her like, I don't know. I just feel like Heather knew what was about to go down. Like, she was just playing dumb. And I wonder, was she playing dumb this whole entire season? Or was she just playing dumb up to this point before the I don't know. It's just, regardless if she was, good acting skills. But Monica, she takes out another credit card. And she's like, give me 1 second. It's only because I didn't put it on international travels. That's why. Yeah, that's why, right? We've all used a couple of excuses like this. So she takes out the credit card. She's putting it in the machine. She's sweating, she's shaking, and she's like, hold on, Heather, I'm gonna give you your gifts. Give me 1 second. Here you go. It went through? Oh, thank God. But again, we've all been in her position once or twice before. I remember one time, a long time ago, I needed cash for something. So I went to an ATM, I put my card in, and when I tell you, my throat jumped down to my stomach the second that I see $300. That was it. There was no savings. There was no nothing. There was just $300 and vibes. And I'm like, the vacation is not even over yet. We're not even halfway done yet. And I only have $300. Like, what am I going to do? Like, that was such a scary moment. But again, that was a very, very long time ago. So then Monica, she gets their stuff. That stuff, she gives it to Heather and Angie. She was on Instagram Live last night after this whole episode, and she actually said that Heather or Angie or Heather never paid her back. And she also says that Heather owes her makeup stylist or her makeup artist or whatever some money from, when they were in Palm Springs. So obviously, Heather, Monica, you're not ever going to see that money again. But regardless, they all get back together, and then we head back to the house, and we get the infamous scene of when we saw the first episode this season of Heather on the phone with somebody we don't know yet, right? She's in her room, she's in her balcony, and I'm like, wow, we're really gonna, get the ball going? No filler stuff? Okay. So Heather, she's on the balcony, she's getting ready, and she's like, oh, somebody's calling me. Hello? Huh? What? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. What do you mean Monica has the first chair at the reunion? Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean everybody loves Monica on Twitter and everybody hates me and Lisa? Wait, hold on. Wait, no. She's not the person. Stop. Don't tell me this. Wait a minute. No. So dramatic, right? And she's out on the balcony. We could hear her, but there's no footage of her yet, right? And then the Messi's producers, they're in the hallway. They're on lunch break or whatever. They're just relaxing or whatever. All of a sudden, they start hearing it. They're like, get up, get up, get up. Come on, we need the footage. We're going to get a bonus. Come on, let's go. They get the camera footage. They get to the door. They're like, should we go in? I mean, it's privacy. But then one of the producers, they were like, fuck that. Go in anyway. They bust in like the SWAT team. I thought they were going to pin Heather down to the ground. I'm like, what is going on here? What if I was changing? Heather, she's on the balcony. She doesn't see them coming in. They're on the balcony with her. The camera, they put it in her face. It's so deep in her face that the camera is basically up her nose. Heather's like, stop. No, I can't believe this. She notices the camera people. Wait. No. Stop. Get the camera out. No, stop. Guys, no, seriously. Hold on, they're filming. Hold on. This is going to be good. No, it's juicy. Let me just pretend like I'm mad. Wait, no. Get the camera out. Get the camera out. Now, see, I couldn't be a camera person because if I was the camera woman and you're swatting at me because Heather starts slapping them, like, get out. She starts slapping the equipment. I would have gave her like maybe at least 1 or 2 warnings, like, excuse me, Heather, I'm just doing my job. Heather, please don't hit the camera. Heather, don't hit the, Heather. Okay, Heather, give me 1 second. I'm putting the camera down. Come over here. Let's go. No, come over here. It would have been me and Heather rolling around on the balcony like, who are you swatting like that? I'm just doing my job. Like, you're feeling extra bold just because you're on your 4th season. So everyone starts getting ready for the last dinner in Bermuda. Heather, she's in her room and she is pissed. In the confessional, she starts off with one of her first monologues and she's like, the information that I just got on the phone right now, it's very heartbreaking and it's so life-changing, and I feel like things in our friendship will never be the same again. And I'm like, okay, Meryl Streep. I'm like, Heather, the dramatics, but I'm here for it, right? And then we see everybody, they're all getting ready, to head outside. It's nighttime. The thunderstorm is so dramatic. The wind is dramatic. I wouldn't be surprised if the production team set up a bunch of fans because their hair is just blowing in the wind. The thunder is just so damn loud. Like, the whole setting is just perfect, right? The beach, the waves are all crazy. Like, the setting was just right. So they're sitting down at the table. And at this point, we don't know that they already talked about what's about to go down, right? So I'm thinking they're all just being fake to Monica. They're all just talking to her. Monica has no idea what's about to come her way. And Heather, she's like, we're about to play a game, knowing what's about to go down. And then in the confessional, she also says, what's about to happen? Yeah, it's about to go down. And I'm like, Heather, who are you? Nobody's scared of you. Like, nothing's going down. Let's get that straight. We see 3 tables set up like a triangle to represent the Bermuda Triangle, and they're sitting in pairs. So we have Monica and Whitney, Lisa and Meredith, and Heather and Angie K. And here we go, because in front of them, they have their dolls from the Pioneer Picnic a couple of episodes ago that they made. They have the dolls that they made, but each one of them have a different doll of somebody at the table. So Heather, she starts off with this game, and she's like, so the Bermuda is full of mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle is full of mysteries and wonder, and people always want to question things about what's going on. So with the doll that you have in front of you, that represents somebody at the table, and you're going to be able to question them on something that you've always been curious about, a mystery about them. And I'm like, Heather, just please be upfront and just say, hey, I want to be a nosy bitch. Can I know this about you? Like, being so dramatic and just going on and on and on. For a second, she reminded me of Dorit. Like, can we get to the point? So I believe the first one, we have Whitney. She has Lisa's doll, and she's like,
well, Lisa, Monica, she told me that you told her that I was being a bit dramatic the other night. What was that about?
Lisa was just like, what are you talking about? I never said that. I mean, yeah, you were being dramatic, but you're allowed to be dramatic. I'm dramatic. I'm dramatic all the time. It's okay. Like, you could be dramatic. There is no issue with that. And I'm like, okay. Let's get to the good stuff, right? Eventually, that really didn't go anywhere. And again, knowing what we know already, what's about to happen, they already know what's about to happen too. So it's just like, are they just pretending with each other until they get to the actual issue? Because they squashed this quickly. Then Meredith, she has Heather's doll and she asked her, I just want to know, Heather, how come I didn't have more support from you this entire trip? Specifically when we were in the cave and everybody else was coming at me. You had nothing to say at all. So then Heather was like, well, I mean, why wouldn't I believe Monica if she says something? I mean, yeah, I'm going to believe it. Is there any reason why I shouldn't believe her? And that right there had me thinking, yeah, something's going on here. And they're just calculating this whole conversation to try to fish something out of Monica and prepare her like, yeah, you're about to go down and we're on to you. So they knew what they were doing with this. Monica, she's just unbothered and she's sitting there with her fur jacket like, I mean, yeah, no, I have facts and I have the DMs. Yeah, what about it? And I'm like, oh, Monica, just, stay strong. But, then what's her name? Meredith was just like, well, I mean, I just wanted more support, but that's that. I guess it is what it is. So then Heather, I believe she has Meredith's doll, but she's like, Meredith, I have nothing to really say to you. You, on the other hand, Monica, ooh. If I was Monica, I would have been like, no, you have Meredith's doll, continue. She's like, Monica. Again, this is where her second monologue begins because she continues talking and talking. And I know production probably had to cut a bunch of this footage out because she just kept talking and talking and talking. And I'm like, can we get to the point? She just kept, saying these fun facts like, Monica, you have been in this group for a while now. And, we're on our 4th season of this show. And, my favorite color is purple. And I like Jell-O sometimes. And sometimes I like vegetables, to be honest. But onomatopoeia and E = MC squared. And sometimes I do like dinosaurs, but sometimes I like going outside on walks. But I just feel like, I don't know, sometimes I do like ketchup on my cheeseburger. And I'm like, what? Like, Heather, please get to the point. Like, I love the dramatics, but like, please get to the point because I'm just watching this whole scene like, oh my God, oh my God. Like, my anticipation for this whole episode, like my nerves were so shot. They were like at 100 because this whole thing was just way too much, right? So eventually she's like, I know who you are. And I'm like, what? What does that mean? And she's like, I know who you really are. The real Slim Shady. But could you imagine though? She's like, I know who you really are. And I'm like, uh-oh, what is going on? What is happening, right? I'm thinking before this whole thing went down, I'm thinking, okay, she's obviously talking about the lawsuit that they had going on. Monica, she did some procedures at a beauty lab or whatever. That's what I was assumed that she was talking about. Obviously, I was completely wrong and completely blindsided because then we see the infamous flashback. 2 hours ago, we see Heather. She's on the beach. So dramatic, and I love it. She's there with her flowy yellow dress, with her glasses. For a second, I thought she was going to sing, I was your lover and your secretary. I'm like, the wind was just blowing, the ocean in the back, the big ass creepy house, the sand, like everything about it was just shot so perfectly. I love it. So she's standing there. We see Whitney. Whitney comes down first and she's like, what's going on? Heather's like, no, wait for everybody else to come. We need this group scene. Lisa, she comes out and she's like, baby gorgeous, what's going on? What's happening? She's like, wait, we have to let Meredith come out. Meredith comes out and she's like, hi everybody, what's going on? And I'm like, okay, hold on, we need Angie K. Oh, she's not invited. She was not invited. I'm like, oh, they all assembled like the kids next door is on the beach. And meanwhile, Angie K's inside doing what? Nothing. She's probably watching from the balcony like, let me get my phone. Let me zoom in. Maybe I could hear. That was so wrong. They should have invited her. I mean, she's earned her place on the show, right? So Heather, again, her long-winded monologue, she's like, guys, again, wind was blowing their hair away. Like Meredith's hair is all over her face. Their hair is all over the place. Heather looks like she's about to cry and Lisa's about to cry. She's like, oh my God, what is going on? What's going on, baby gorgeous? Wait, Heather, what's going on? And I'm over here about to cry too. Like, Heather, please spit it out. What is going on? And the music in the background, it was the music. The music is the thing that kept raising my blood pressure because I'm just listening and watching like, oh my God, what's about to happen? What's about to happen? What's about to happen? And the music kept getting louder and louder and louder. And Heather's like, well, we have been through a lot together, us four. And over the years, it's been a lot for us, but people have been trying to damage us and hurt us. And Monica, no, she's not who we think. She's not who we think she is. She's somebody else. And I'm pretty sure that all of you will know who she is. And I'm like, can we please spit it out? And then she's like, Monica, she's reality Von Tease. And I'm like, oh, who? I'm like, reality Von Tease. I'm like, is she French? I'm like, I don't know her. Is she a new housewife? Like, is that her real name? Reality Von Tease. Who is that? What is going on, right? And they all, obviously, they all knew who that person or who the thing was because they're all like, what? What's going on? Meredith starts crying. Lisa starts crying. Whitney's like, oh my God, wait, we need to help. What's going on? What's happening? They're all just freaking out. They're like, what? Are you serious? And I'm like, who the hell is Reality Von Tease? Heather in the confessional. Who? Heather, you know, you're a little iffy this whole entire season, but you made up this episode, even though you are kind of annoying, but you did make it up in the confessional because, I mean, the monologue, the dramatics, the explanation, the detail, the everything, and she didn't even break a sweat. She said everything all at once. I was so impressed with her. The confessional, she's like, you know, Reality Von Tease is this Instagram account. It's like this Bravo Instagram account that was committed to taking Jen Shah down. So again, Jen Shah is still running this show. Even though she's not on the show, she's still the main point, right? And apparently this Instagram account has been trying to take Jen Shah down, posting a bunch of videos, audio and stuff. And I do remember one of the videos. I don't know if I've ever come face to face with this Instagram account. Maybe, I don't know, there's so many, but I do remember that video specifically of her in that green suit screaming at her assistant or whatever, and somebody was recording. Allegedly, that was Monica and somebody on the team because apparently there was a bunch of people running this whole account, according to Monica, but we'll get to that. But, you know, the reason why Heather knows of this now is because Tanisha is her hairstylist, and she used to be close friends with Monica. And Tanisha, I guess out of nowhere, she just confessed to Heather like, hey, this is her Instagram. She's been doing X, Y, and Z. Even though she didn't, you know, put the part that she's also involved in this whole situation because as of now, you know, Monica has been putting all the receipts on Instagram and on Twitter that Tanisha is also part of this. But obviously she didn't tell Heather because she's trying to save her ass, trying to save her job. And Tanisha, you being a hairstylist, you're about to lose so many clients if people are watching this show because you're looked at as a snake now. Like you're a part of this whole scheme with Monica. Like, what are we supposed to think of you? I do want her on for next season though, but we'll get to that. So she told Heather did this whole investigation or whatever. Eventually she got word that, yeah, it was Monica and that was her Instagram account. But my thing is, Lisa, you just said 2 episodes ago that you have a whole cybersecurity team. How come you didn't find this out earlier? And apparently, not only Jen Shah was being taken down through this Instagram account, but also everybody else. Everybody else just got caught up in it. I believe I saw a screenshot that said Whitney was a swinger. And she was fucking people in the bathroom, so her and Karen Huger have something in common. I'm just kidding. But then Heather, we get back to the beach, and she's telling them, look, I want to confront her later on, and I need you all to back me up. Heather, come on now. Like I was supporting you, and then you had to get, you know, everybody else on your team for what? If you want to take Monica down, take her down yourself, and then eventually everybody else would jump in. Why do you need a whole team? You know, but I mean, I could get it though. I could understand why are they upset and why are they so shocked? Because I mean, if I was part of the circle and I'm trying to befriend you and I'm genuinely trying to be there for you and trying to be there for you and your mom's issues and all this and all that, you know, I would assume that we're forming some type of relationship, but then I find that you've been posting shit like this on Instagram. Like, that is crazy to me. Am I still Team Monica? Yeah. I am so sorry, but my moral compass, it was left in 2023 for now, but that was that, and I just could not believe that, and the music just kept going louder and louder, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we watching? I am telling you, my jaw dropped like a million times this whole entire episode. Like, I just kept watching like, okay, like, the phone call was intense. This was intense. And we're not even done with the episode yet. Like, this is crazy. Back at the table, Heather tells Monica, I know who you really are. You're Reality Von Tease. Which, by the way, shout out to Monica and her team and whoever came up with that name, because that is such a bad bitch name. Reality Von Tease. Just such bad bitchy. And the person that the name is after, you know, Dita Von Teese, the burlesque dancer, she is not happy about this whole storyline and her face being used as the profile picture. I believe she's been posting on Instagram to report this page. They're using her likeness and her image for this, and she has no idea that this is even going on in the show, right? So then Monica, she's like, what are you talking about? Reality who? And I'm looking at Monica like, you're really gonna deny it at this point? Like, are you? Luckily, she doesn't. But eventually, Heather loses it. And I mean, the pulse, the little vein, this vein right here, I mean, it was coming out. You would have thought that Bravo told her, if you don't do something by the end of the night, you're going to lose your contract for the next season or something. Because the way she just went off, she was like, I know you, Monica. Hold on. I know you, Monica. I know you, Monica. I know it's you. You've been coming at all of us and you've been spreading lies and trying to take us all down. I know your pattern. You have receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything. Again, receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything. One more time. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody put a beat behind that. But she was just going off. Like, she was just going off. And Monica's just sitting there like, I mean, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. And then eventually Monica's tune, it kind of changes because obviously she's backed into the corner. And then she just comes out and she's like, I mean, you know, what you're saying, Heather, is not true entirely. And I'm like, what? Monica, no! But yes. As soon as Whitney heard that, because Whitney was sitting next to her, she gets up and she's like, no, I can't do this. I can't be besties with you anymore. I'm moving over here next to Lisa Barlow. And she moves her chair over and we see a bunch of producers in the back. I'm like, damn, I thought we only had like 3 camera people or whatever, but we had like a whole football team in the back. I'm like, wow, they're all just getting like front row seats to this whole Super Bowl thing going on in front of them, right? So then Monica, she's like, I mean, it's partly true, sort of, kind of, but not really. And I'm like, Monica, you are a whole snake. And I knew something was going on the last 2 episodes. She is a whole snake. She is psychotic. She is crazy. And I love it. But, Lisa jumps in it and she's like, I knew it. I can't believe it. What does that mean, Monica? What does that mean? I knew it. And you were also doing drive-bys at Jen's house. I'm like, drive-bys? I'm like, wait, what? And Monica was like, what are you talking about, you dumb bitch? I wouldn't have to do a drive-by. I was with Jen the whole entire time. But Monica, I don't know about that because I saw a video of you online. I don't know if you were trying to disguise yourself. You had like a scarf around your face, around your head or whatever. You were driving and you were driving by Jen's house. And it's just crazy. Like the fact that Monica and her group of people or whatever dislike Jen that much to make a whole Instagram page to take her down. What was Jen Shah doing to these people? All she needs is one good ass whooping so she could calm the fuck down. But it's just crazy that Jen Shah literally stepped on everybody's back, everybody in her life. She just walked all over them and they just let them. Like, I just don't understand that. But Monica, her and Lisa get into it. And she's like, I don't have to do all of that, blah, blah, blah. And Lisa, she didn't like being called the B word. So then Lisa, she's feeling bold. I'm not sure if she had a drink or 2 because all of a sudden she gets up and I'm like, no, sit back down. What are you doing? She gets up. The second that she gets up, we see the producers in the back. They start running out the house because they probably thought that her and Monica were trying to get, into it physically. And Lisa and Whitney have been asking for an ass whooping by Monica. Well, Monica has been keeping it cute with Lisa, but Lisa, you have been trying it because she has a tendency to continue being in your face and pointing fingers in your face or whatever, expecting somebody not to do something. And now you want to get physical? I promise you, if it came to that, Monica, she's going to drag Lisa. She would have dragged Lisa all through Bermuda. And Lisa's walking around the table. And I'm like, Lisa, what are you doing? Like, you're not going to hit, what's her name? You're not going to hit her. Like, stop and sit back down, right? Because next thing you know, Heather's like, no, you were with Jen. And guess what? You were also at Meredith's store. You were at her store and you stole her clutch purse. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then Monica's like, what are you talking about? I didn't steal anything from Meredith. I've never been in her store. Meredith, she jumps in it. At this point, it's kind of like a 5 versus 1. Meredith is just like, yes, you did. You were in my store. You were in my store, Monica. And then we see the camera footage from, I don't even know, at this point, 2 years ago, I guess? And shout out to Meredith's store for having that type of footage, because the fact that her cameras hold that type of storage for that amount of time, that's pretty impressive. Meredith, what kind of cameras do you use? But we see in the footage, we see Jen Shah, some guy, and we see Monica. She's in this blonde wig, or she's blonde in general. She's there with Jen Shah in her store. And I'm like, Monica, what is going on? Were you trying to disguise your personality, or what is going on? She's holding the little clutch purse that allegedly was stolen. And I could have sworn, did we discuss this on season 2? I feel like we did, right? But Monica, obviously, she has been in the picture all this time, watching from the distance, or at least watching from the side. And that is so, so crazy to me. The way that she managed to get onto the show. And just like, it's just so insane to me. Like, Monica, again, she is psychotic. She is TV's gold. Like, she is good for the TV. But I wouldn't want her to be in my circle or anywhere around me because she's a whole snake, right? But from a fan perspective, I'm here for it. But, Monica in the confessional, she explains like, yeah, the whole reality Von Tease, it was supposed to be an Instagram account to take Jen Shah down, for everything that she was doing, X, Y, and Z. Everybody else was just collateral damage. And I'm like, like collateral damage, Monica, like, damn, like I see why they don't want to film with her anymore. That is crazy. Imagine being called collateral damage. Like, I'm still on the whole Whitney being a swinger thing. And what's crazy to me is that you told Meredith this season, this is my first time being at your store, yet we have footage proving otherwise. Like, Monica, you're literally crazy. You're literally insane. Like, and then I also want to know, Meredith, at what point did you know that that was her in the footage? Like, did you always know that and you were just keeping it to yourself? Because you were forming a friendship with her. So did you at any point think this is a little suspicious. She came to my store. She's telling me this is her first time here. Yet I see her on my camera footage. Like, or did you just find out now and you call somebody back at your store like, hey, can you review the footage? Like, I don't know. I want to know that. It's so many plot holes here and so many questions, so many things going on. And then speaking of, we have Angie K. Oh, Angie. I do have love for you, but, next thing she starts mimicking Monica, right? She starts, cursing at her or whatever. And then her and Monica starts getting into it, right? Monica, she's taking on Lisa. She's taking on Meredith. She's taking on Whitney, Heather. She directs her attention over at Angie. She's like, Angie, you shut the hell up. You sit down before I expose you too and how you played a part in this whole reality Von Tease. You don't want me to tell them that, right? And I'm like, not Miss Greek Mafia. Like, what, Angie? Angie stayed quiet quickly, though. And I believe it, though. I believe that Angie has something to do with this. And Angie, she's like, what do you mean? Just because I was replying to certain messages and stories doesn't mean that I was involved. But you were basically laughing at everybody else's downfall. So, that technically makes you a bad friend too. And you're also, you're also smiling in their faces, yet you're over here replying to stories and stuff, talking about everybody else on the show. So you're also just a snake. Maybe not to a certain degree as Monica, but you're also a little sneaky. Angie K gets up. She grabs a bouquet of flower, right? Like of flowers. And I'm like, okay, what are you going to do with that? It's already bad enough that Lisa felt bold to get up from the table to try to get to Monica. Now you want to throw flowers at her? She picks up this huge bouquet of flowers. And then what's her name? Monica. She's like, what are you going to do with that? You're going to throw it? Go ahead, throw it, you classless little whore. Not classless whore. That is crazy, but Angie was so lame because instead of throwing the flowers, it was whatever at this point. Instead of doing that, what does she do? I'm going to throw this at you. Actually, no, I'm not. Let me put them back here. These are such nice flowers. Can we water them for a bit? Like, you're so lame, Angie. You should have stayed quiet because nobody was coming at you. Like, you and Monica were okay. And now all of a sudden, because everybody else is going at it, of course she wanted to jump in. So then Heather, again, her veins are just popping now. She's about to lose a blood vessel. I'm like, Heather, please eat some bread and calm the fuck down. Like, relax, but don't at the same time. So she tells Monica, I want you to tell us what is going on with this whole Instagram page. What did you do? What was your part in it? And Monica's like, okay, well, once upon a time, she was so calm, just taking everybody on one by one. And she's like, well, my part in this whole thing, I was just trying to take Jen Shah down. I was recording her. I was making videos. Yeah, that was my whole part. But Tanisha, her hairstylist, she was also involved in this. She added more things to this. I wasn't talking about any of you. But like Whitney said, because Whitney jumps in it and she's like,
but first of all, Monica, the thing is, you were trying to be my bestie and you didn't tell me that you were running this Instagram account talking about us.
And I have to agree with her and Lisa because, you're not technically, if you weren't saying, posting anything bad about them, yeah, But at the same time, Monica, you know who's behind all these posts and everything about your so-called friends on this show. So of course I will feel betrayed by you. Like, what else am I supposed to expect? Like, this is just crazy to me. Lisa, she's like, so what? When you're mad at us, you're gonna record us and post it on Instagram? Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do? So her and Monica get into it again, and Monica just shuts the whole thing down completely. She's like, look, bitch, shut the fuck down. Shut up. Be quiet. Like, you know, if you're the person, you're abusing your clients. And I'm like, wait a minute, what does that mean? You know, elaborate a little bit more with that, because now she's throwing out there that Lisa abuses her employees. In what way? I'm not sure, but she threw it out there. Do I believe Monica? I think I do. She just starts, you know, just destroying Lisa to pieces. And she's like, oh, be quiet, you leather looking bitch. And I'm like, oh. Not a leather looking, like that is crazy. Lisa, say something. She just called your face leather, like, and then she says, your Donald Trump hands, alluding that she's orange, but you know, that is crazy. She called her leather. I know Lisa probably went home after this and cried herself to sleep. And Heather, again, she wants to have another monologue, right? She gets up and she's wearing her shower curtain. Her shower curtain is just blowing in the wind. Again, the dramatics is just on a 10, right? So she's like, you know, when I met you, Monica, I knew something felt familiar. You know, something in my bones told me that you felt right, but you reminded me of something, and you reminded me of somebody. You reminded me of Jennifer Shaw. You reminded me of her, of how you moved and how you were so quick to put your business out there and put everybody else's business out there. And I'm like, wait a minute, Heather, you have a point. You have a point, because then we see the little montage. And honestly, I feel like if we all look back at the season and we all rewatch from episode 1, we'll see the clues of Monica being a snake. And she always had her little motives and stuff, because I mean, yeah, she was putting all this out there. And I always thought that it was just somebody else putting the battery in her back. But obviously she already had like 3 triple battery packs in her back already. And you know what I'm even more impressed is that she had time to not only fuck her brother-in-law, take care of her 4 daughters, deal with her toxic mother, try to befriend everybody on the show and fake a friendship with them, and also run an Instagram account. Like, that is dedication. If that's not motivation for all of us to get up and, you know, do a little bit more for 2024, I don't know what is. But Monica, yeah, I mean, again, I can't side with her, but I can't side with them either. Heather, she's like, you know, you reminded me of Jen Shaw, and you know, this group right here, we have gone through so much and we're all ride or die. Skirt! No, we are not. No, you are not, Heather, because Whitney will throw you underneath the bus in a heartbeat if it meant her being besties with Lisa. So please stop with the whole ride or die. You know, she's like, you know, we're all ride or die, and, you know, Jen Shaw has put us through so much and everything, and I have taken so much from everybody and criticism and everything, and it's just too much, and I just can't do it anymore, because I have been there for Jen Shaw. I was supporting her and taking up so many lies and everything. I supported her when she gave me a black eye. I mean, I wasn't shocked, but at the same time, the fact that she admitted that, I'm like, can we stop? I am telling you all, like last night, like I'm telling you, my nerves were just, I was shaking. It was too much. I wasn't complaining, but it was just crazy, because I'm like, wow, we got this. I'm trying to process this. I'm trying to process that. Angie K. I'm trying to process this, that, and that. It was just way too much. And then now you're dropping this, that Jen Shaw, she gave you the black eye. I mean, we all knew it, but there was always kind of like that thing of, was it by accident or whatever? But yeah, Heather says that she was sticking up for her because she had to. Why? I mean, yeah, I get it that, you know, she says that her and Jen supposedly are close friends or whatever, but no, a close friend does not give you a black eye like that. Who knows how she even gave you that black eye, because her eye, if we all remember, it was closed up. It was purple, it was bruised, and we all remember how Jen was acting. She was acting very shady, like, oh yeah, who gave you that black eye? What happened? She was nervous for a couple of episodes because she knew that it was her. And then, you know, on top of that, she called you Fiona. She called you so many things. She stepped all over you as well. And now because she has an Instagram account, all of a sudden you're crucifying her to the cross. You know, the Mormon cross at that. And then Jen Shaw, all of you, except maybe Mary And Meredith, to a certain extent, let her get away with everything. You know, you literally had a whole storyline on season 2 about her, you know, possibly taking money from people. Well, not possibly, but taking money from people and whatever, scamming elderly people or whatever, and nobody said anything. You went to New York to go visit her, to go be there for her at trial. And you had nothing to say then. You were like, oh, well, I'm going to go visit her in jail or whatever. But all of a sudden, an Instagram account to try to take Jen Shah down is where we draw the line. Again, it's just like their moral compass is just all over the place. Meredith, I'll give her somewhat of a pass, but everybody else, no. And then, what's her name? Monica, she was like, well, the only reason why I was trying to take Jen Shah down is because she's a terrible person. You know, she's a sneaky whore. That is her go-to word, right? She's a sneaky whore. She's a terrible person. She's the most terrible person I've ever known. And it's just... it is so insane to me. Like, she really gave Heather that black eye. Now, I wonder if Bravo or Andy is upset about this, because it's not technically like the same as Robin hiding the whole situation with Juan Dixon, but I mean, in a way, it kind of is, no? Or is it different? What do you think? But, you know, you were hiding that whole thing and now you come out with it, and for some reason she felt like she had to defend her. And Heather, you're so full of shit. You know, you had your little points here and there in this whole, and you're a couple of monologues this episode, but at the end of the day, you're still full of shit. Everybody is full of shit. Monica's full of shit. I'm full of shit, probably. Like, we all have diarrhea at this point, but, you know, and then Jen Shah, she posted something on her Instagram. She posted something from her Instagram page, and I'm assuming that somebody else quoted her from jail, because she's in jail now, unless she snuck into the bathroom or something and used her phone. She said that that's a lie. She never gave, what's her name, a black eye. All of this is BS. And she's still, you know, being used as a storyline on this show. And yeah, Jen, you're also full of shit too. You're a liar. We can't believe anything that you have to say either. But could you imagine if for some reason they just let her out of jail early and she came back like next season or the following season? I mean, whoo, that'll be a showdown. But, you know, eventually Heather tells Monica, I want you to pack your stuff and leave right away. And if I was Monica, no. If you want me to leave, come make me. This is not the Bad Girls Club where you just tell me, oh, let me pack my stuff and let me go. I'm not leaving. If you're gonna try to do it, all of you might as well jump me. That's the only way I'm leaving, by swinging on everybody. But Monica, she's like, you know what? It's whatever. It's fine. You know, I'll see you all at the reunion. Let me get up. She grabs her fur coat and she walked away. And that was that. I'm pretty sure it's far from over. And I think that that's probably why she walked away, because she knows she has a list of things ready to go at all of them. They're all crying, and you know, that was that. We slowly get their little outros. And I'm like, wow, we're really ending the season like this. On a cliffhanger in a way. But we have the little updates. At this point, F the updates, screw that, because I mean, we just need the reunion at this point, you know. And that was that. I don't know how Monica is going to recover from this, though, because I could see it from their perspective, how they're upset with her. They can't trust her again. Like, we're all looking at it from a fan perspective. Like, yeah, you know, she's TV gold, she's fine, Team Monica, this, that, and the third. But realistically, being put in that situation, how do you even trust her? You know, how do you move forward with that? Because, I mean, the fact that she was on this show for 3 months, according to Meredith, filming with them, trying to be friends with them, doing this, that, and the third, and she was running this Instagram account about, you know, she knew that they were posting bad things about them, and she never said anything. Like, that is crazy. The only way I can see it happening, I guess, is if Monica comes back with a friend of and add Tanisha to the cast. And then add Mary. I wish that Mary would have been at this table. I mean, I could only imagine what she would have said, but, you know, she probably would have been Team Monica. But that's only if all of that is possible. They all come back, because Heather, as of now, she has vowed that she is not filming with Monica moving forward. And that's just going to be too damn bad, Heather. You either have to suck it up or we get the hell off the show, because I just don't see Bravo. I mean, I kind of do see them giving Monica the boot. Because, I mean, is it a liability? No, but I don't know. It's very scandalous. And I wonder if production, if Andy, if Bravo, if they knew about this and they knew by casting her, all of this was going to come out, or were they also blindsided by this? I think that this has been the best Real Housewives episode in a very, very, very long time. I have not been on the edge of my seat watching a show like this in a very long time. Like, this was crazy. This was cinema. And I feel like the whole entire cast, I love all of them in their own way. And I want them all to come back for next season because they all just delivered everything separately. Even Angie K. Yeah, at the very beginning, it was a little questionable, but she got with it, even though she didn't throw the bouquet of flowers and she was kind of lame for that, she still made her part on the show and I want them all back. I want Monica back. If they lose Monica for next season, it's just going to be, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty for the cast. It's not going to be pretty for the show. And also, I don't like this whole narrative that everybody's saying, oh, Monica revived the show. She saved this dying show. Since when was the show ever dying? The show has been consistently really good since season 1. Like, yeah, season 3, it may not have been to the best, compared to season 2 or season 1, but it wasn't like completely awful. Like, yeah, it was bad compared to the standards that they already set, but it was never in the grave. So I'm not sure why people are saying that. Like, Salt Lake City is the best. In my opinion, Salt Lake City is my favorite Housewives show. Atlanta will always be number 1 in my heart, but Salt Lake City has always been my favorite since they've been on. Like they're entertaining, they're chaotic, they're toxic, but in a fun way though, if that makes sense. But that's that, everybody. Let me know what you all thought about the season. Where do you think that the cast should go from here? What's gonna happen? Do you want Monica back? Do you think that she should be fired for pulling this stunt? Let me know what you all thought about this whole entire season down in the comments. Bye, everybody. Mwah.